Alrighty. Think everything is live. Let me just double check. Yeah, my mic should be online. I'm having to double check because I ran into an issue yesterday, I think it was, where my mic decided not to work for like an hour or two. I had to just reset the device. Yep, looks like we're good. All right. Hello, everybody. This is ZZ1000ZZ, and today I'm continuing my No Element and sorry, not no element, no magic or technique run of Chrono Trigger. In the last session, we got to hear the castle. Okay. Uh, we got to the castle of Magus, a guy who started a war back in 600 AD by leading what they call mystics, but really just seem more like monsters. And we are here to stop him because he has some connection to Lavos. People like NPCs have suggested that he is controlling Lavos, though we don't know any details just yet. Anyway, for today, what we have to do is clear out the entire castle. In the last video, we walked through here, and all these monsters we see were disguised as humans. But once we ran around enough, we had one of the bosses, a guy named Ozzy, show up and basically laugh at us and then say that Magus is busy, they're going to keep us distracted. And that if we want to reach Magus, we have to kill all 100 enemies in the dungeon. Only a moron would try to kill something that's already dead. Humans? So yeah, we were told that basically we just have to go through the entire dungeon, kill everything, and then we can go to Magus and fight him. Unfortunately, that means we cannot skip fights like I would often do with these easier fights. But hey, we'll get some XP maybe, and it's not like the fights seem very difficult. I think we kill all of the regular enemies in only 1 or 2 hits, so... Huh. Only 70 experience for 5 enemies? That's kind of lame. Yeah. I mean, that's what, 14 experience per enemy, so 1,400 experience total? Please help. Relieve us of this misery. So yeah, we might get like 1 level for fighting all these battles, but even that is a stretch. Oh wait, there's probably a couple sub-bosses, so maybe we will level up. The reason I say there's probably a couple sub-bosses is 1, I think I remember from playing this game before, and 2, we already saw Ozzy, and we've heard that Magus has 3 generals, Police Flash and Ozzy, who one NPC made fun of for being tone deaf. Yeah, 60 experience, that's terrible. How did you get past my cadaver pals? The reason I mentioned the tone deaf is it was an eye-rolling joke. Ozzy Fling Slash are named after famous rock musicians. It's been ages, Sir Slush. Also, that bat has been following us for a while. I noticed it on a couple screens in the last session, but I thought it was just in those screens. I hadn't realized that it's still following us to all these other areas too. That's Slash, you slimy dolt. Still playing the comedian, Edgelord? You'd be still singing a different tune if Cyrus hadn't been there with you last time. You'd have fit right in with those bony fellows you just busted up. Anyway, this is our first boss of the area. Let's see what he's like. By the way, you may notice that Frog seems to crit more often than usual. The reason for that is he has the Masamune and there's an accessory called the Hero's Medal that we gave him, which says it increases the crit rate when you wield the muscle in it. And it definitely seems to be working, because he does seem to crit a lot. By the way, I did start this recording a lot later today than I normally would try to. The reason for that is today I was feeling really sick and basically didn't get out of bed. I wasn't even going to stream or record today, but I know myself, if I let myself make excuses, then I'll make them all the time. And I felt good enough now that I could stream and record, so I figured might as well. I definitely might be low energy, though. Okay. Wait, has this boss really only attacked one time so far? I mean, that's the second... Wait, really? Now, let's get to business. This is going to do me a world of good. And with no Cyrus to protect you, you're mine. You dare oppose me? Oh, okay. The reason he seems so easy is that was only his first phase. I was wondering about that. I was like, man, has he really only hit me like one time this entire fight? But I guess it's one of those bosses where he starts off weak and then gets stronger as he goes. I'll be honest, I don't get the point when the first phase is like what we experience where it's so boring. Ooh. Hey, the boss finally took advantage of positional mechanics in the game. Yeah, there are attacks in this game that effectively hit everyone in a line. And a lot of times the line aspect of them doesn't matter because they'll only hit one enemy regardless. But this boss can move around, and that lets him position himself to actually target multiple people. Ooh, big hit. But yeah, the player can't move around, so the line techniques are kind of lame, because the player can't really control who they'll hit. So often when I used to play this game with text, I would try to use the line technique, and there'd be a great angle to use, but my character wouldn't be in the right position, so I would just only hit one person with them. It's like, well, then what's the point? Alright, let's heal up. I'm definitely glad I healed. This mode or phase, whatever you want to call it, the boss battle, definitely seems to act faster on top of hitting harder. Oh, that's a pretty solid hit. Robo gets a big counter attack with a crit. Yes, indeed. That's the same animation that Hecarim used. And when Hecarim used that attack, he also said yes, indeed. Interesting. Is he doing that as a counter attack? I think he might be. Well, I was gonna try to see if he was using it as a counterattack, but then he died, so I guess I don't know. Unbelievable. But falling in line of duty for Magus leaves me a few regrets. Okay. Ooh, got a splasher. Is that for, yes, it is for Chrono. Oh, and it gives him a speed boost? That's juicy. So it's a bit more damage and a bit more speed. Okay. This is cool. Apparently 16 speed is as high as you can go, then it becomes the stars. With the slasher and the speed tabs we've given Chrono, he'll hit the cap with just +1 speed. So he doesn't even need this +2 speed belt to cap out now. That's cool. That does mean we could give someone else the speed belt, and I would normally give it to Magus, or not Magus. Wow. To Frog. But with the Masamune, he is getting a huge benefit from the hero medal, so I don't think I will. The real question then is, do I maybe give it to Robo instead of the Rage Band? The Rage Band makes it so he counterattacks 50% of the time he's hit. I'm not sure which is better. 50% counterattack rate doesn't really matter if he's not getting hit a lot, so I think 2 speed will actually give him more attacks in general. Plus, more turns means more opportunities to use items if he needs to heal. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if that was going to be a real save point, because the last time we ran to a save point of this dungeon, it was a trap that spawned the boss. Just to be safe, let's use 2 save files. Anyway, that boss was pretty... Wait a second. Why did these guys respawn? Now, normally I wouldn't refight this battle, but Ozzy in the last video, or the last session we did, explicitly said that to get to Magus, we would have to kill all 100 enemies in the tower. So I don't think we can risk skipping any battles, even though we did already clear this battle. Like, I'm not sure if this counts as part of the 100 or not. Maybe this is like 2 separate instances of the battle, so... Now, Robo did just get hit there, and because he didn't have the Rage Band, he didn't have any shot at counterattacking. I don't know if that really mattered. Oh, I didn't see how much XP we got from that boss battle. Must have been a little bit, because we are 400 or less XP from 2 of our characters leveling. Frog is lagging behind by a couple levels. I mean... Is fighting these battles again necessary? Like, why would they respawn if not? Well, I guess the good news is if they do count, then this will have been 20 enemies that we have killed. Because there's 5 in each battle, and we did each battle twice, and there were 2 battles, so 5 times 2 times 2 is 20. Which would mean there's only 80 enemies left we need to kill. Okay. Like, why does the game make you fight enemies when they're this weak? And when I say I don't mean why are there random encounters, I mean, why is the game saying that to progress the plot you have to fight 100 enemies? It's like, yay, go fight 100 enemies that at best take 2 attacks to kill. Oh god. I don't know that we can kill these things. Okay, let's run away. I hope that counts as fighting them. What is a barrier? Is that an accessory? No. Not helm or shield, or at least not one Chrono can use. Did I miss it in here? Oh, yep, there it is. Barrier. Okay, so I guess it's an item you can use in battle. Okay. Robo, don't waste your strength. Can I just fight you? No matter what you do, I'll break you. Okay, that's nice. Oh, okay, so we have a healer in the enemy party. We'll definitely want to go after him. Ah, no. Oh, well. I guess it doesn't matter if the enemy has a healer if you just one-shot enemies. Like, come on. Why are these enemies so weak? I mean, I guess the idea of having weak enemies is if you need to kill 100 of them, they should be weak so it's not super painful and unpleasant. 400 XP is really nice. I guess those sorcerers are worth more than the normal ones are. But anyway, on the one hand, I get you don't want to make your player fight 100 strong enemies because that would just suck. But why make them fight 100 enemies at all, then? Like, alright. Healer's dead, though I don't know that the healer really mattered. Oh, no counterattack from Robo. So far, I think they've attacked twice. I'm not counting the sorcerer because his action was healing. Ooh, they attacked a third time. So told we took like 40 damage with the strategy of mash A and win. Oh well, at least these guys give good experience. The battles giving only like 70 experience are really annoying to me. But if you're gonna give me a really easy battle, I'm not gonna be too unhappy when you also give me a good reward for the battle. I really want to know how these monsters know to use illusions based on who we are. Like, did the enemy spy on us or did they read our minds? Because these illusions are specifically tailored for our party, and that's just weird. Ooh, that's a decent hit. But seriously, how would they know? They have to be reading our minds because they couldn't have even spied on us because most of these things are for like Chrono or Robo who aren't from 600 AD, so yeah, the only explanation I can come up with is these guys can somehow read our minds and then use what they see to form illusions. I wish the game would say so or do anything to establish that, but I mean, that's just such a major idea. Imagine like the enemies you're facing can read your mind. Ooh. The magician, Flea, I presume? I'm guessing that's not Flea. Oh no, it stole all our MP. Whatever will we do? Wait, that isn't Flea. Where's the real Flea? Wahaha. Over here. But yeah, like with Flea having apparently been flying around following us this whole time, I could believe that he was like reading our mind and sending the information back to whoever to create the illusions. This is no ordinary woman. Meet Flea, the magician. What the? Hey, I'm a guy. But its exterior is that of a female. Male, female, what's the difference? Power is beautiful, and I've got the power. I don't like the way they handle this because I have no problem with the idea. Like, I like the concept of the character saying male, female, what's the difference? Sure. I think that's a good message. But just throwing it in to a character who's something of a joke and then having it be a big character who shows up for like 2 scenes in the whole game, that just feels, I don't know, weird. To me, that just seems like the sort of thing that if you're going to put in the game, you should at least invest a little time and energy into it, addressing or examining. And failing that, you should at least, not make the character into something of a joke. And it made seem weird to say that because the character's not played too much as a joke here other than how people react. But later in the game, Magus's generals are very much presented as a joke. They're kind of like the comic relief of the enemies. They even show up again in Chrono Cross with this same setup. So anyway, that's not important. What is important is so far this boss doesn't seem to do too much. He was able to put Frog to sleep though, so I have to be worried that there might be more status ailments coming. I really like the background. I don't know why we have it, but I mean, it's cool. Big part is it's not just that it's moving, but it's moving at a pretty fast speed, which makes it kind of distracting and disorienting. Oh no, Frog missed us. I wonder how much damage Frog would actually do if he hit one of my party members. I also wonder if we can cure confusion by either attacking the party member or using an item. Oh, okay. That actually hurts quite a bit. So let's see if we can cure. Oh wait. I don't see a star around him anymore. It looks like he might have been blinded instead. If so, then I don't really care too much. That's there. Oh, that was some pretty good damage. Let's heal up. I do think this game would be significantly more difficult if healing wasn't so free. Let's try using a heal, see if that removes confusion or not. I don't know. Oh, sweet, it does. Cool. In some games, the best way to remove confusion is to just attack the player. But in this game, it looks like using heal might be best. Okay, so it looks like he may be counter-attacking right now. Okay, I don't get why it is saving our cursor's position in the item list on the heal, but not anywhere else. That's weird. Oh. Are they counterattacking every... Oh my god, if so, that's gonna be a pain. I don't know if it's actually countering every hit or if there's some other trigger condition. Ooh, poison. Okay. So this shows that poison in this game really does... I want to check something real quick. Okay, so it did counterattack that time, but it didn't seem to counterattack one of the other times I used it. So I don't know... Or one of the other times I attacked. So I'm not sure what exactly is the condition on triggering counterattacks. Anyway, earlier in this run, we faced some ogre-like enemies that had hammers, and they used a counter attack. Or not a counter attack, they used an AoE earthquake-like attack. Oh, cool, we beat him. Okay. Take that. They used an earthquake attack that applied some effect which was sapping our HP by like 1 point every, I don't know what the rate was, but like fraction of a second. Wait. There was something there, right? Okay. Oh, just a magic tab, sure. But anyway, I guess we have to fight these guys again, maybe? Like, I don't even know if you do have to. But anyway, it was dealing like 1 damage every fraction of a second. And I was confused as to if that was considered poison. Like that was this game's poison, because there was no little icon or anything to say that we were poisoned. Now we've seen what poison looks like, and it's definitely not what we were experiencing in those battles. So I wonder why, or what status effect those other enemies were applying, and why it's not displayed at all. And I don't know if I have to refight these enemies as I'm going back through the corridors. I guess what I should do is just run past them and see if anything has opened up. Yeah, maybe I should. Ooh, a mid-ether sells for like 1,000 gold though, so I'm not mad about killing these guys. I mean, it's a good chunk of experience and a lot of money, so. Alright, nice crit. But yeah, I just really hate that I don't know if I'm supposed to be refighting these battles or not. Because they're respawns, my normal assumption would be that there's no benefit to fighting them other than loot and experience. But with Ozzy explicitly saying we have to kill all the enemies of the castle, it's not true. 760 gold and a mid-ether, which sells for 1,000 gold. That's like 1,700. Let's just run past you. I don't care anymore. It's like 1,760 gold. Okay, we see a save point. Last time one appeared there, it was a trap, so I'm not going to step on it. I'm going to come out here, save. Actually, let's run back to town and buy some items. We are almost out of heals because I haven't ever bought them, because up to this point I've never needed to secure status ailments. But if we need to in any further battles, I will be very low. So, plus some tonics and mid-tonics would be nice. Anyway, 1,760 gold from one battle is insane, because mid-tonics, which heal for 200 HP, only costs 100 HP. So that one battle effectively paid for, what would that be? 17 mid-tonic? And yeah, we'll buy 20 more heals. Tell you what, I'm really splurging, buying more revives. But yeah, this is what I mean. Wait, we own 34 mid-ethers? And they each sell for 1,000 gold? What? That's insane! Okay, well, I don't think money will be much of an issue for quite a while. But yeah, if healing items weren't so freaking cheap relative to the amount of gold we get, this run would be a lot more difficult. Because then we might have to grind just to be able to afford healing items. I guess the idea is most people would hoard ethers and mid-ethers because magic points are pretty hard to come by. And if you want to use your techniques a lot, you'll need a lot of magic points. But we've kind of established that most of these fights can be beaten quite easily without using any magic points. Anyway, with 2 of Magus' generals down, we should only need to fight Ozzy. But first we have to get through all the random encounters. By the way, there was one battle that we didn't actually kill the enemies in, we just ran from them. So I'm guessing... Oh wait, we didn't use the shelter while we were outside. Oops. Or healing and in. Oh well. We could just use some tonics, it's not a big deal. But anyway, because we never ran, or we never actually killed the one like ghost type enemies, and then we ran, or we completely avoided one of the fights that respawned, I'm guessing the answer is we don't actually have to fight either, or we don't have to kill either of those. So when enemies, oh wait, that was not why, whatever, targeted the wrong guy. Oh, but what I was saying is I don't think we have to fight enemies that respawn, and I think running away from enemies counts as defeating them for purposes of the, defeating 100 enemies in the castle part of this dungeon. Oh, so he's not just a healer. Good to know. Yeah, we'll use some tonics after battle. I assume at some point in this game the run will get more challenging, but right now it blows my mind how easy mash A to win is works. Hey, we got some levels though. I wonder if maybe that's part of why this dungeon is set up where you're told you have to kill everything you come across. As in, they're worried the party will be under-leveled, so they're basically saying, here, you have to fight these battles so you'll, get XP and catch up to our expected level. Oh, 6 enemies this time. Alright. I don't know if that healing will stop it from dying. Well, definitely not if we crit. I can never tell if I should go hit the left or right button when I want to change to a specific target. I'm sure there's some easy way to know, but to me it just, there's no rhyme or reason. I hit left and the cursor moves to the right. I hit right, the cursor moves to the right. I'm like, wait, what? It's probably tied to like the enemy order in the list or something. But we ran into a similar issue yesterday back in the prehistoric times, where we would hit the one birds we were fighting a couple times, because like the cursor would default to 1, we would attack it. It would take enough damage that it would transform into a different enemy type. And then the cursor would default to a totally different enemy. And I'm like, wait, what? I probably could have gotten the chest before he showed, or before talking to him. Sorry, Ozzy, but they can't help you. You fly-eating, tongue-flicking Oz. Ozzy's in a jam! Okay. Guess he wasn't gonna fight us, he's running away. But yeah, it seems inconsistent as to where the cursor... Okay. As to where the cursor defaults to. Welcome. Okay. Dark Mail. We'll equip that after we deal with the... Wahaha. How's this? I feel let's just equip it now so I don't forget. Oh. Wow, so this Meso Mail we picked up seems to be way better than I thought it was when I first picked it up. So Dark Mail is equal to Ruby Vest in terms of raw defense. Ruby Vest gives fire or resistance to fire damage, whereas Dark Mail just gives extra magic defense. But yeah, that Meso Mail we picked up in prehistoric times back before. Oh, what was it? Oh, right. Before we bought Heckram. And we are still using it, and it's still better than anything we're getting. So it's interesting that you can kind of sequence break the game that way. Wait. What? No. Get what the fuck? I'm stun locked. My cursor's not right. Like I can't. Okay, that's some BS. I accept that I got hit. Like yeah, I walked too close to it. It was down, so I didn't realize I would take damage for walking into it. But the fact that I was getting stun locked and couldn't react is kind of BS, man. Oh, well, I don't think it should be a big deal. That should be plenty. What's that? Impossible. Okay. Doom Finger? Is that for Robo? Yeah. I figured it might be since, finger, fist, pretty arm, all related to hand stuff. Wait, what? Oh, okay. The doorway was up. Okay, I guess, well, he said to fight all. Hey, I was told I have to fight all you. Please let me fight you. Why did I not fight you? What's going on? That's genuinely annoying. I wonder if you actually do have to fight all 100 enemies of the dungeon, or if the game tells you you do and it's just a lie. I would have put it past the game to lie about stuff like that. Oh no, rolly enemies. Didn't we fight these enemies in like the very first area we went to? Maybe not, but it was definitely one of their reasons. Okay, I was told I have to fight every enemy. Please let me fight you. How do I hear? I'm so confused. Can I fight you, please? No? Also, hey. Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat. How are you? Let me just move chat over to where I can see it a bit more easily. Every time I hear that sound when these little skeleton guys jump up, it sounds like they're using some sort of healing move. I don't know if it's my imagination or if they just use the same sound cue for that attack as they do for healing moves. To be honest, these enemies are dealing so little damage, it wouldn't make much difference if it was a healing move. There's a joke in there about dealing negative damage. Hey, a lot of money. Okay. Now there's 3 save points. And we have to fight. Well, that's different. I don't have a sight scope equipped, so I don't know how much health they have. Apparently not too much, okay. I was worried there were going to be guys who are resistant to physical damage while having like 90 HP, so we weren't going to be able to kill them in a reasonable amount of time, but... No, I think this might be the only game in my life I've ever played where you have to fight save points. Kind of cool. Ooh. Something sparkly. Magic tab, we don't care about that. But chest, shelter, don't mind. Barrier, save point. So there's 3 save points. I assume they're, at least some of them are fake. What's a lapis? Is it an accessory? Maybe it's an item? Lapis. Oh, that's cool. So it's a mid-tonic that affects everyone at the same time. Okay, so it looks like the save point on the left is a real save point. The one in the top and bottom are enemies, and then the one on the right, I guess, is like a teleporter out of here. That's the thing. Well, I still get the idea of saying that we have to kill all 100 enemies in the tower. I do really like the different stuff this dungeon does with enemies. Like, making save points into traps and enemies is actually really cool. I like that. I guess I didn't need to use those tonics before. I could have just used a shelter. They are effectively free since we know where to farm them as much as we want. Yeah, let's save our that slot. And over here. Wait, there... No! Okay. I guess which save point is the real one and which one's the portal and which one's the threats changes each time you enter the room. That's an interesting idea, but I'll admit it's a little annoying to have to come back through here and redo this. Maybe there are spots on the floor, like maybe it's marked so you can actually tell where the holes are. I'll be honest, I wasn't even looking. So that's the real save point. I was trying to see, visually I don't see any difference, so I don't know if there's a way to tell which one is which. My guess there was, since last time the teleporter was across from the real save point, the two traps were across from one another, that they would keep the same path. But anyway, I do not see anything on the ground to suggest where holes would be. Darn it. Well, let's just... Yep, another fight. Yeah, and then with the game telling us we have to kill the 100 enemies of the castle to get to Magus, how do respawning enemies like this factor in? Well, like, what if you don't fight both trap battles in here? I assume when they respawn, they don't count as new enemies. Okay, that one seems way faded, like it's nowhere near as dark, so is that the real one? Yeah. So I guess the shiny ones are the non-real save points. Though I don't know how you use that to tell which, or I don't know if there's a way to tell which ones are versus. Oh, no, I get it now. Because the right, oh, never mind. They're all shiny. What I was thinking is if the real save point is more dark, and the teleporter is always opposite the real one, you can just look for the dark one, and that would, and then go opposite to it to find the teleporter. But this time the save point wasn't dark like before, so I really don't get the. Okay, this just either there's some visual indicator telling you which or where those holes are, or this is just really annoying. If there's a visual indicator and my bad vision is make me not see it, then that's on me. But if there's no visual indicator, then this segment is just stupid. To be clear, I have really bad vision, so I would not be surprised if it's a me problem. Anyway, since the fake... Okay. See, now it's faded again. Why is it faded now, but it wasn't before? Or wasn't, like... Okay, this time... Wait, what? I'm so confused. This was much grayer, like it was darker before. So I thought that meant it was the real save point. But now it's shiny again. Oh, what? Like, maybe it's just some sort of visual bug when you leave the battle? That's so confusing. Why would its brightness change? I hate you so much right now, game. Alright, is that enough with that? Okay. What the? Impossible. I'm still so confused as to why the save point was darker sometimes and not others, to the point of changing even just when I, like, walk slightly off screen and then back on the screen. Woolly bombers, these are different enemies than before. Alright. The fact they blow up makes total sense. Multiple counterattack techniques. Oh. Okay. Oh, is there another? Oh, there is a third enemy on. Where's the third enemy? Oh, he's way up there. Huh? Hi. I didn't even see you. You were hidden behind the menu. Physical defense on. How much HP do these guys have? Because if they have a lot, this could take forever to kill. Every now and then, I wish I had the sight scope equipped just for situations like this. I mean, I could probably try running away. But I already killed 2 enemies, and he doesn't seem to be doing a lot, so... Let's just mash A and win. He actually... Oh no, that was very little damage. At first I thought that might have been a 8 as in 83, but no, it looked like it was only 23 damage. Granted, No, wait. Robo's not the one with the dark mail. Oh, right. That did look like fire damage, and Robo has the ruby vest to take half damage, so... Wait, is this... Okay, I guess this enemy does have a good amount of health. Do we really want to just keep hitting? Okay, yeah, Frog took a lot more damage. So the ruby vest cutting the damage in half apparently matters a lot. Can we run away? Well, it's not telling us that we can't run away, but we aren't running away. Oh. After that long, it told us we can't run away. Thank you for waiting so long, game. I've never seen it do that before. Every other time I've tried to run away from a battle and I couldn't, it was very quick with the message. I don't know why it took so long this time, but okay. Guess we just gotta grind it out. This makes me very glad we didn't have to fight these juggler enemies on the last, what would you call it? Not menu, battlefield they were on. I was trying to figure out how to fight them and I couldn't. There were 2 that we just ran past. By the way, I do remember an NPC talking about juggler enemy types and saying something about their defensive whatever. Since it says physical defense on, what I'm guessing is they get increased defense against whatever damage type you use. So if you hit them with a physical attack, their physical defense goes up. If you hit them with a magical attack, the magical defense goes up. And it like alternates. So the idea is you should switch your attack types. We can't do that, but it's a cool design for an enemy. I wish I knew why you can run away from some fights and not others. Like, why do they ever do that, but like, what is the reasoning or rationale for when they make the decision? Okay. Those enemies seem very easy to kill, but they deal decent damage on their way out. Let's heal a little. That would be plenty. I'm wondering, can we fight this enemy without fighting the other guy? Yeah. If we come way over here, we might be able. Wait, what? No! It rolled past me. I know I was avoiding the fight with it for a little while, but I just wanted to fight it 1v3. Well, 3v1. Isn't trying to avoid the fight entirely. I don't know if we actually have to kill all these enemies or not. Ozzy told us we have to kill all 100 enemies of the castle, but that might not be true. Especially if enemies respawn. Ah, that's actually decent damage if you have to keep fighting a bunch of them. It'll grind you down after a while. Which I think is a good way to use random encounters. Basically just wear you out as you go, make you burn through your resources. Because it's not that a random encounter has to kill you to be relevant, or even have the chance of killing you. As long as they drain your resources, they can create a meaningful obstacle. Alright, so we shouldn't fight the bomber here. Yeah, it's far enough to the right, or to the left that we won't have to fight it. Now, one of the times we fought that enemy type, he counterattacked us and hit the whole party. I don't know why he did in the one fight, but not in some of the others. I'd be interested to know what the trigger condition is. Or if it's not so much the condition, maybe it's just like an odd thing, like there's only a 50% chance it happens or whatever. This looks like it might be a boss room, so let's heal just a little more. I normally don't like using items this much, but because tonics cost 10 gold, there's very little reason not to spam them. Oh. It looks like this is not a boss fight. There might be a boss fight further up in the room, though, so we'll see. Now, those guys on the bottom look a lot like the ogre-type enemies that had the hammers before. But I don't think they're carrying hammers, so I don't think they should be a problem. Yeah, okay. The reason I was thinking about that is the ones with the hammers had really high stats, unless you used fire magic to destroy their hammers, so because we can't do that, they were actually a bit of a problem. But, okay. Nice and easy, nice and easy. 462 experience. Just out of curiosity, how close are we to leveling? Frog is only 1,000 or so away, but the others are 2,000, so I don't think we're going to level up before the next boss. Okay, yeah, this looks like it may be a boss room. Like, I think right now he's just summoning a bunch of enemies to try to soften us up before we get to him. Also, 2 jugglers here are going to be really annoying. But yeah, see, this is what I was talking about before, where he counterattacked. Oh wait, he counterattacked this time using one of his allies as part of the counterattack. Maybe that's what it is. He can counterattack, but only if he has a juggler enemy with him. If so, that's a pretty cool idea for the AI. Not sure why he was only able to hit one enemy that time. Oh, we were able to run away from these ones. Okay, cool. I'm trying not to run away from too many enemies, but when they're jugglers and take forever to kill, yeah. Oh god, please let me be able to run away from this. I do not want to fight for these with how long it'll take. Oh god, I can't run away. Okay, I am actually going to use speed up just because this battle will take forever. Okay, let's heal. I have been trying to not use the speed up function, but I'll be honest, I would not have the patience to do this fight without it. If it were a boss battle, I wouldn't mind how long it takes quite as much. But for a regular enemy that I just can't run away from, no thanks. Alright, so we want to heal Frog and Frodo. Wait, did I use a healing item on Robo at some point, or has he really just not taken damage? Okay. Now, the main thing is with 4 of them, it takes a long time, not just because of how much HP they have relative to how much damage we do, but also the amount of turns they take is just so much higher. As we kill them, they there's fewer enemy turns and the battle goes a lot faster. Also, let's heal up just in case the boss battle starts right away. Like, there's no chance to heal between the boss battle and this fight. Okay. This takes the cake. Oh, no boss battle yet. Okay. That's speed belt. That's the one that gives +2 speed, right? Yeah, so now we have 2 of those. I'm being very liberal with my healing items because they are so cheap to buy. Is this where the boss battle is? Yes, no. Okay, so yeah, these enemies can counterattack if they have a juggler with them, but if they don't have a juggler with them, they can't. That's a cool design. I like it. Reminds me of the monkey enemies back in prehistoric times that you fight with rock enemies. Where if the rock enemy is alive, the monkey will counterattack by grabbing the rock and throwing it at you. Like, can we run away? I don't think it actually said can't run away. I'm holding the buttons down to try, but okay, yeah, we can. Cool. The only enemies I'm planning on running away from are the ones that are highly resistant to physical damage. Which is a shame though, I would have liked the XP. Hey, the bot that shows up once per stream to advertise view botting showed up. I keep wanting to ban him, but it's a different account every time. And trying to ban every single one's pointless when they'll just use a different account. What was that I got? Like something mail? Or no, myth something? Yeah, the magic scarf. I thought we got like a myth male? Maybe only females can use? Ah, Miss Robe, yeah. Oh, that's a huge defense boost. That's cool. But none of our current party can use it, so... Oh. I just hope I don't die in this battle. Ozzy seems like he's supposed to be a pushover, so I doubt I will. But... doing all of those battles would suck. Or having to redo all those battles would suck. No form of attack will break my barrier. Now, the gimmick of this fight is you can't attack Ozzy. You have to attack these little things. It's pretty clearly telegraphed since he says that nobody will break, or nothing will break his barrier. And then you have these 4 little levers positioned around, and we've seen them used plenty of times in the dungeon, so. It's a cool idea for a bit of a joke buff. I don't know what happens if you attack Ozzy. I know you don't kill him that way, but I don't know if he like counterattacks for a bunch of damage or if he just does nothing. But yeah. What was that guy's problem? That Ozzy. Yes, her. Left or right? Left or right? Let's try right. Looks like that is a real save point. Wait, did we not get any experience for that? I don't think we did. That's lame. I know it's a joke battle that was completely easy, but I would still like some sort of reward. Wait. Okay. I'll just... I don't know if we need to fight them or not, but when we came to this dungeon, we were specifically told we have to kill every enemy of the dungeon. I feel weird skipping fights because of that. Well, that background noise, it's not really music. Kind of, I think it's supposed to be like chanting, maybe? It's subtle, but I like it. Hey, frog leveled up. Cool, cool. No, up, not down. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Okay, that's cool. Now the chosen time has come. Change this world, for. Guess we thought to walk up. Oh no, we're waiting. Magus! That stupid frog. Kids getting princesses lately? Okay. Ah, the Masamune. I bet you're just dying to use it. Black wind begins to blow. Okay, give me your best shot. If you're prepared for the void. Oh no. I guess that's supposed to sound epic, but when you're teasing a guy about, frogs kissing princesses, you kind of lose any intimidation factor in my eyes. Okay, so that was a big hit. Masamune decreases his magic defense. Okay, so every time we hit him, it seems he counterattacks. That's a little scary, not gonna lie. Wait, I never updated my stream title. I think it still says that we're fighting what was his name? Nisbet. Tell you what, real quick, let me just update that. Because this is part, I think, 4, not 3? Yeah. We're on part 4. The Edgy Magus. No, I'm going to say the Edgelord, not Edge. The Edgelord Magus. Wait, let's spell words properly. Come on. Okay, apparently it doesn't let me... Wow, Twitch apparently doesn't want me to put the word edgelord in my stream title. That's funny. Anyway, he does seem to counterattack with anyone who isn't using the Masamune. Wait, no, he counterattacked Masamune too. Huh. Yeah, see, he's counterattacking. Okay, let's just wait and see what he does if we don't hit him. At first I thought it was just that he would attack or counterattack anyone who wasn't Frog. With the idea being the Masamune was the only thing that could hit him safely. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Real quick, I'm not crazy. He did counterattack last time. Yeah. Wait, decreases. Okay, so that time, Frog's attack didn't trigger a counterattack. This time it did. Huh. So why is it triggering a counterattack some of the time, but not other times? It has triggered the counterattack every time Robo or Chrono went after him. So, okay, Geyser. This is the one that doesn't deal a lot of damage. I think it was like 40 apiece. Yeah. Oh, and it seems to apply that pseudo-poison effect as well. See, okay. Sometimes it says that the Masamune decreases his magic defense, and when it does, he doesn't counterattack. But when it doesn't say that, he does counterattack. So what would that mean? Maybe what it is that hitting him with the Masamune applies a debuff so that it lowers his magic defense, but it only lasts a certain amount of time. And then once that amount of time passes, you can do it again. Yeah, see, this time he counterattacked. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably what it is then. I think what we're seeing is if you hit him with the Masamune, he won't counterattack. But that's only true if when you hit him, it applies a debuff. If the debuff is already applied, then he will counterattack anyway. So, how long do we have to wait for the debuff to wear off? And see, now he won't counterattack. Okay. But how do we know when the debuff has worn off, I wonder? Let's try attacking him after he hits us twice. See if maybe that's a long enough delay. Okay. Nope. So I guess we need to try waiting for him to attack 3 times? After this next attack, we'll have Frog attack again and see if he counters or not. Actually, yeah. Now this is going to be a really obnoxious fight, isn't it? Yeah, see, decreases his defense. Okay. So yeah, I think we really do just have to sit here and wait. I don't know why 2 of our characters have that pseudo-poison but Chrono doesn't. I guess we could use heal to try to remove it. I think that HP down, it says, might be the pseudo-poison status ailment I was referring to. I have no idea if it's been long enough for me to attack without countering. Nope, it was not long enough. Unfortunately, this is fire, which Robo is resistant to, which is important given how low his health was. Okay. This would be so much easier if there was a visual indicator of when that debuff wore off, or if the Masamune attack just never triggered the counterattack. It's such a weird thing to have it where the Masamune doesn't trigger counterattacks, but only if it applies the debuff. Like, that's just such a weird dynamic. Has it been long enough? Let's find out. Nope. Okay. So I do think it's every 3 actions is what we're gonna have to do. Time things as. Yeah, Robo's not super low, but he can get full value, might as well heal. Okay, and Frog does have that pseudo poison on him again. So I think that was 2 attacks. We wait 1 more, and now I think we're safe to hit him. Let's find out. Yeah, okay. That's 1 hit. I'll go ahead and use the heal. But I think he's going to apply the pseudo poison again with another geyser attack. Let's see if this applies it. Oh, no, okay. I mean, oh wait, yep. I just saw Robo's health go down. Yep, okay. So when the game says HP down, I guess that HP down is what I've been calling pseudo poison. Okay, I think it's been long enough that we can attack again. Oh, it wasn't long enough. Darn it. Well, the only good news is even when it hasn't been long enough, we do still get the full damage at least. So, like, we take a lot of damage for the mistake, but we still actually get damage through, so that's something. But now it's surely been long enough. Ah, that wasn't a crit, unfortunately. Oh wait, we still need to heal Frog the HP down status ailment. Yeah, I'll be honest, I think we should go grind a couple levels just to make this battle a little simpler. But I don't know if we can actually leave the dungeon, so it may not be an option. Okay, so Robo's been poisoned, well, pseudo-poisoned. Now that status ailment isn't a big deal, but might as well heal it if I got the downtime. Wait, has it been long enough after the next attack, or do I need to wait 2 more attacks? I think I am going to stop curing that pseudo poison, or HP down as it is. Oh, I didn't wait long enough. God, that's so frustrating. Just give me some sort of visual indicator to tell me when I can attack. Well, now you should almost certainly be vulnerable again. Cool. That worked at least. Now, this is such a weird dynamic. Well, I guess right now speed doesn't matter, so that's something. But yeah, let's. Oh, sorry, my cursor was on the screen. Didn't mean for that. Let's just see if there's any visual indicator that maybe I'm missing. Like, does he change how he's standing or anything like that? Maybe. Well, he's looking to our left. Nope. When I saw him move his head, I thought maybe that was an indicator that the debuff wore off. By the way, you are, I'm guessing, supposed to hit him with whatever element it says his barrier has changed to. So I'm assuming that's how you're supposed to actually hurt him. Alright, so he does this again. Yeah, I don't see any visual anything suggesting that there's a debuff applied to him or anything like that. Just watching. His cape's fluttering, but that's the only thing I notice. Okay, Chrono, heal again. Robo, you go ahead and heal. But yeah, see how his head moves to the right there? Why does he do that if it's not supposed to indicate something? Okay, he uses his physical attack. And see, it's not that after he uses his physical attack we can go in. Or that his head changes, so like... do I just have to have a timer running? Like, maybe I need to just count the number of seconds? I think, so far, the only thing I can come up with is to just count the number of seconds. And that seems very unlikely to work out well. Because he's attacked twice. We'll try attacking him after his next action. See if maybe 3 attacks gives us a timing on it. Okay. So, we'll attack him after this. I'm guessing he will counterattack because I don't think we waited long enough. Yep. Huh. Yeah, I don't know why there's nothing visually to indicate when the debuff has worn off. Maybe that's a weird thing, but okay. It wouldn't confuse me so much, except he does turn his head when he's going to use that physical attack. So there is a change to his animation to indicate something. It's just something completely unhelpful. Like, yeah, now you can know I'm about to use my least relevant attack. Okay. I guess we could start using tonics on our... just because. Has it been long enough? Let's try. I don't think so, but maybe. Nope. At least I am seeming to be pretty decent at being able to be like, nope, I didn't wait long enough. Now I think it has been. Yeah, so it's not by the number of actions, because he didn't attack in between those 2 hits. So it really is just the amount of time, which makes sense, but... Okay. I also have no idea how many times I need to hit him. I don't think it's been long enough, so let's wait a little longer. Oh, no! Didn't wait long enough. God, that's so frustrating. Oh, I meant to use that on Robo. Not Robo. Well, Robo would have been fine. Meant to have Chrono heal Frog and then Robo heal Robo. But, oh. Yeah, I do think we're going to leave and then grind a few levels and then come back. Assuming the game even lets us leave. I honestly don't know if it will. Wait. Yeah, I have my stream timer running. So I could try to use that to time out when to go. Of course, the problem with that is the in-game timer, I assume, pauses while actions are happening. So... Oh, that is one thing. Since Robo and Chrono can't really do anything relevant in this battle, I might want to just change out their accessories to stuff that increases their magic defense if possible. I don't know if I have any accessories. Ah, no! Well, I think we're safe to have Frog attack now, but I think I keep attacking like probably 10 seconds before I should. Okay. Yeah, let's just heal. Has it been long enough? Yeah, I've already accepted that we're not winning. The main thing is, I'd like to at least give him a half health. So we can find out if his attack pattern changes when he gets lower. Hey, wait, he didn't counterattack or say anything. What's going on? Wait, and we're doing full damage? What? Something has changed and I don't know what, but I'm going for it. Now I regret using that speed up function. I normally wouldn't use the speed up function during a battle, like a boss battle. But I thought that we had decided we weren't winning this battle, so it didn't matter. Let's be safe and heal Chrono. But yeah, it said he risked casting his spell, which I guess means he has changed attack patterns. And now he's dropping some of his defensive tactics in order to... Oh no! He did get his spell off, so I'm guessing his defense is going to go back up and he'll counterattack again. Yow! That does hurt. And if he counterattacks, I could be screwed. Oh wait, the counterattack didn't happen? You know what? We have a Lapis, so I'm just going to use it. Yeah, until it says that his barriers come up, assuming it ever does, I'm just going in. We do want to heal. If anyone drops below 250, they die to the spell. But yeah, with how much more damage we're dealing, we might actually be able to win this battle. Those crits are great. Wow. Okay. 1,500 experience. Nice. Chrono and Robo level up. I did not think we would beat him on our first try with how things were starting off, but okay. What have you done to the Masamune? It's a large-scale energy reaction. Could it be Lavos? Bad timing. Don't wake up on me now. What do you mean? According to my records, Lavos was born here at this precise moment. I am pretty sure Robo never said this at any point in the game. I don't remember Robo ever talking about Lavos, like knowing anything about Lavos. Am I crazy? Was there dialogue that came on the screen that I just didn't see? But wait, that it can't be that because we had to go back to 1000 AD to research about Lavos. When we were in 1000 AD in the Medina village, we found people talking about Magus and how was supposed to use Lavos, or they wish he would have used Lavos to kill humans. And that was what gave us the clue to go back to 600 AD to investigate Magus and come after him. So if Robo knew the whole time that Lavos supposedly was born at this point, we didn't need any of that. Robo should have told us that, and we could have just gone straight to 600 AD. Maybe I'm really missing something, or the game's writing just makes no sense. But whatever. You fools! I only summoned him. He lives in the inner earth, absorbing the land's power and growing ever stronger. Then my data must be incorrect. What's going on? Impossible! A gate this large should not exist. If you hadn't shown up. It's an enormous gravity well. Whoa. Wait a sec. Okay. It's an enormous gravity well, and it. Chrono. Hey, that's like the start of the game with the bell ringing. Chrono. Wake up, Chrono. It was all just a dream. Honey, you'll be late for work. Marl? I genuinely don't remember this at all. I'd forgotten how beautiful Lean's bell coop sound. You can't keep sponging off my dad. Go out and get a job. Okay. Chrono. Yeah, I'm not reading out Chrono like 12 times or however many she said it. I think it was only 9 total, but. Okay. That's a weird dream to have. Chrono away? It's Silo, which means we're. Ayla had strange dream, went to Mystic Mountain. Everyone lied there, hurt. I carried back to hut. Magus! Well, man, it sure is good that, Lavo sent us back to this exact time period for some reason. I wonder if, like, the in-universe explanation is Lavos created some sort of gravity well, then the entity that made all the other time gates just came in, swooped up, and grabbed us and threw us back to this point? Because if not, why in the world would we wind up in this time period? By the way, whither the blue-haired one? Only find you there. Blue-haired one more tasty? We have lost him. If Magus didn't create Lavos, then in what era was it born? Lavos, don't worry now. You rest. So yeah, I honestly did not realize that Chrono has dreams at this point in the game of being married to Marl. That's interesting. I guess it's supposed to hint that he has romantic feelings for her. Even though really Well, I mean, we spent a little time with her, so I guess it makes sense. Ayla busy. Look for Luba village. Fight reptiles together. Destroy reptiles or we know survive. Weapon. Quiet. Chrono rest. Northwood burning. Yeah, like, why did we wind up here? And do we have our gate key so we can like travel? Nobody said anything about our gate key being missing, so huh. Is it the same item as before? No, then. What's two petals? Give me. Oh, it has to be two different ones. Okay. Now, if it's a flint edge, then we. Oh, wait, dream gun. I don't think that's what we had access to before, but let me check. I didn't take Luca's gun, so I'm not. Or I didn't craft a gun for Lucas. I'm not sure. Dream bow. That would be Marl. Petal and feather. Magma hand. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it looks like we have access to new equipment now. Cool. What's Fangenhorn? I want a weapon for Chrono, ideal. Aeon Blade. Okay. And what is Fang plus Feather? I hate this way of doing it, but sure. Okay, so that's still just a ruby vest. I think we checked all of them, right? Oh, we didn't check Horn plus Feather, but I'm assuming that's a helm. Which one was Robo's weapon? Was that? Yeah, that. Nice. Okay, we got two weapons. Trade your shiny stone? Yeah, let's restock on healing items since we used a ton against Magus. I don't think we'll ever need that many heals, but might as well. Okay. Wow, that's a 15-point boost over the slasher. Though unfortunately it does mean we lose 2 speed. But we could put a speed belt on so we're only down 1 speed. Actually, I am curious. Can Frog use that? No, okay. I don't know how much overlap there is between Frog and Chrono's weapons since they both use swords. An 11-point boost, okay. Nice, nice. And what about you guys? Have anything to say? So Reptiles follow Chief, Wentwood, Forest North, Red Star and Sky. Now the Red Star in the sky is going to be Lavos, of course. Your weird cry in Lava Field 2 East, never heard before. Weird thing appear in Lava Field, must be Azala, but Flying Dactyl will go anywhere. Sure. We'll heal him. Okay, so we can't go east. I was curious, since they were talking about the lava field to the east, if maybe there was something we could do, but doesn't look like it. So Alo, we were told, went to the forest to the north, which I'm guessing is here. Larubo Ruins. Alright. Yeah, why do we wind up here, like in this time period of all places? Lavos did something because Magus summoned him. There's a giant gravity well, and then we saw a little bit of a silhouette of a time gate show up, and then we wound up here. Reptiles take Kino. Reptiles hurt all who fight. What do now? Uh-oh. Those who fight killed. So they took Ayla's boyfriend. Reptiles followed you. So now village... Wait, what? How did the reptiles follow her if she only went north because of the fire? Oh, well, she said that she was looking for the Luruba tribe to try to team up to fight the reptiles. But then the reptiles followed her to the tribe. I, I'm trying to figure this out. So maybe she was looking for the Lurubas. She, I guess, found them, went back to our village, or to her village, said she was looking for them still for some reason. Instead of saying she found them, I don't understand that. But then the reptiles, having watched her the whole time and then seeing her leave, chose then to attack, set the place on fire. She saw the fire and came back. That I am so confused. But yeah. So Ayla wants us to find the dactyl so we can go after the reptiles. Go to Dactyl's nest and Keeper will help. So, thank you, old man. You, take care, Ayla. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm trying not to be negative, like overly so, but I honestly don't think this game's plot makes any sense in that there is no like A to B to C to D, it's just things happen. Wait. Yeah, he said to go to Dactyl's nest, so I assume she'll be here? How much XP do we need to level? Good chunk, so let's not bother fighting if we can avoid it. Wait, oh. How did I trigger that fight? I thought I had gotten safely past it. Guess not. Yeah, I just don't understand the, like, through line between events. It seems more like a series of vignettes rather than a coherent plot that goes A to B to C to D, you know, like a normal story. Which is, you know, only exemplified by the whole thing with Marl disappearing because changing the past affected our party. In the future, we haven't seen a lot of inconsistency I'm talking about there yet, but we will as we go. As an example, if we change time so that, you know, Lavos never destroys the world, then the future Robo comes from would not have happened. Therefore, Robo should disappear the same way Marl did. But that won't happen. So yeah, we got that chest. Yeah, one of these chests is where we got the Meso Mail, which we've been using for a long time and it has been really strong. Yeah, we have to fight this enemy or this formation. Yeah, I'm genuinely surprised how easy Magus got. Once we got him to, I assume, half health. His first mode was incredibly annoying and actually fairly difficult. I guess it wasn't really that difficult, it was just difficult to figure out when we could deal damage to him, not like difficult in that he didn't really deal real damage unless we triggered his counterattack. But anyway, with how tedious and annoying that first phase was, I didn't think we were going to beat him on our first try. But I guess once he drops to half health, he just drops all of his defenses, and once he does that, he was easy. 255 damage to the whole party is a good amount of damage, though, so he wasn't a total pushover, at least. And we did have to use our only lapis. I mean, we probably didn't have to use it, but I did burn through our only lapis, and that's sad. I would love to save those since right now we can't buy them. I don't know if we can at some point or not. Hey, Ayla, were you planning on running out without us, or did you just assume we would catch up to you eventually? Maybe she was planning on flying the dactyl back to the village and picking us up. Thou goest forth alone? I know not thine quest, but a comrade of Kronos is also mine. Will not allow thee to meet thy demise alone. No, Tyrena. Okay, yeah, so she was planning on going alone. Okay. And of course, our party insists on coming along, so yay. No, they haven't even explained why we're going there. Do we want Robo or Frog? Huh. Robo's damage is higher, but Frog has a higher crit rate. Robo also has way more defense, though. Frog is faster. We can keep Robo. I think Robo's probably the better of the two. Then again, maybe not. No, now that I think about it, I don't know. I think it's a close call either way. But anyway, the game I don't think has really explained why we need to go fight the reptiles now. Is this anything? No. I was thinking because it was the spot we could land and there was one little mountain thing on its own that maybe it was something relevant. Doesn't look like. I guess we could go back to that place if we wanted. Ooh, what's this? Oh, right, Mystic Mountain. So yeah, let's see if we can go back to the time portal. I'm guessing the gate isn't. I'm guessing the gate isn't available, but I want to be safe and sure. But anyway, like how much time actually passed, but for Ayla since the last time we saw her, and what happened in that time to make going after the reptiles so important? Like, yeah, they attacked the Laruba, but they apparently only attacked Laruba after we got here. So, given the reptiles only attacked the Laruba clan after we got here, and Ayla was already trying to partner up with the Larubas, like, what's the timeline of these events? And how does it work? Like, when we're able to travel through time instantaneously, how much time passes in the areas when we're not in them? Like, yeah, we can get past. I have so many questions like those, and I don't know that the game ever offers any real explanation. Wait. Yeah. So wait. Hold on. We can take the time gate, go wherever we want? I mean, hold on. Real quick, what's the reason Specchio says that Ayla can't get magic? You were born before magic existed. So that's all it is. Weird. I'm not sure why being born before magic existed would stop him from being able to give us magic. you. Frog, where's Frog? Let's grab Frog real quick. Frog, so you've teamed up with Cronin and others. You've done a fine job. Please remain with us as long as you wish. Okay. And that guard did specifically say to go to the king's chambers. Now, so I guess the king gave us some title, or gave Frog some title. I mean, we saw him in the throne room, so I assume he's not here. But why did the guard tell us to go to the king's chambers if he met the throne room? Also, is that really all it is? Hell, thank you for saving us. We're not giving you anything. There's nobody to talk to. Like, we defeat Magus and there's nothing to it. Since we didn't come out of the castle, they simply thought if they had broken through a Xenon bridge, this castle would have been destroyed. I am going to check the whole castle just to see if anyone cares or has anything to say other than, hey, cool, thanks. We're gonna give you this title. Yeah. So yeah, as far as the game is concerned, we're supposed to defeat Magus, end an entire war, and then just not go back and check on things or... Like, we didn't even know that the war ended, though. Like, we defeated Magus, sure, maybe. I mean, we don't even know that we did. I mean, we defeated him in battle, and then that huge gravity well showed up, and then we don't know what happened after. Okay. So I guess the game really did expect us to just defeat Magus, assume that ended the war, and that nothing else could happen, and then go chill out in prehistoric time without giving this war situation another thought? Please be gentle. I am so thoroughly confused by this game. Okay. Well, since we know that coming here didn't matter, what about going to Medina Village where the mystics were? They had all been worshipping Magus before. And since we apparently changed history? But like, let's go to present times and see if we really did change history or not. I mean, as far as I could tell, we should have changed history because Guardia was clearly losing the war before we interfered. So what would have happened as far as the war goes if we hadn't interfered? I guess somehow the kingdom survived. Well, I guess maybe it makes sense. Maybe the idea is Magus was focused on getting Lavos, not the war. So when he summoned, like, before we got involved, he must have summoned Lavos, got his butt kicked, or, you know, a portal happened, whatever. And then he disappeared, and because he disappeared, the war ended up basically the same as... Yeah, so us showing up probably didn't change the course of the war much at all then? Is that what they're saying? Well, let's come here and find out. You can use magic? Magic used in humans supposedly perished long ago. So... Okay, but see, no, this says that the mystics lost the war to humans. They didn't say this before. When we came here before, the mystics hated humans and were worshipping Magus. So they didn't lose the war until we got involved. So us getting involved is what caused the mystics to lose the war. But then, why does it seem nothing has changed? Well, we'll have to go to Guardia. They still worship. Sorry, hiccuping. Ozzy's statue in the square. Okay, so now Ozzy is taking Magus's place. Now here they used to be worshiping Magus. So I guess as far I don't understand. So we know Lavos summoned, like if we didn't get involved, Lavos would have summoned, or Lavos, Magus would have summoned Lavos. Things would have gone down there. Lavos did whatever, I don't know. But then the Mystics won the war, and Magus was still like the hero of the Mystics. We intervene. We beat up Magus. Not that it should have mattered much, but somehow that makes the Mystics lose the war. Ozzy takes over. I can't. Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, and they still hate humans, so they're still charging insane prices. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, we win an entire war for the humans. It doesn't seem to have affected history at all. And our party doesn't care about it in this place. We're just told to go back to prehistoric times like it doesn't matter. Better. Hey, the game's telling me to go kill the reptites because that's something we're supposed to do, I guess, to help Ayla. I'm so thoroughly bewildered by this game's plot. Not the plot, but like the story structure. Oh, I still have Frog in my party. Oh well. You know, I'll just use Frog for a while. I was going to use Robo, but I have Frog in the party. No real reason to change him out. Weirdly, like, I'm so confused. But then, like, Robo even said that his record showed that Lavos was born in that specific spot. And I swear the game never had Robo say anything like that. So if Robo knew the whole time where Lavos was supposedly created, why didn't, like, why was it at a big point that we talked about? I'm not, like, to be honest, as convoluted as Chrono Cross's story can seem sometimes, this game confuses me. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Let's just go kill the reptites because that's a thing we're supposed to do, I suppose. Wait. Is there anywhere we can fly first? Ooh, there's an island, the upper left corner. There's area to the upper left on this continent. That's Aruba Village. The Dactyl Nest we've been to. Yeah, as soon as you unlock flying in the game, I think it's fun to just explore areas, see where you can go. Okay, this very much looks like some place we're supposed to be able to go. So does that, though. So let's try landing here. No. Okay. What about in front of this one? No. Do we land here? Doesn't look like. Okay. Okay, this is clearly a space where... Oh, it's the Sun Key. I guess there's nothing we can do here for now. So, are we only allowed to go one place with the Dactyl? If so, why even give us the option to fly around freely? Why not just have the Dactyl take us directly where we need to go? feel like there must be some reason we're allowed to fly around, but I am not seeing one. Huh. Okay. Well. Hey, 8. Whoa, that was fast. How much XP do we need to level? Ooh, Frog's one fight away from leveling up. You know what? Wait a second. Was that thing there before? I don't remember seeing it. I remember seeing the 2-8. Oh, well, I guess it was. First, we'll kill the reptite, because we've learned that the apes will throw allies at us as a counterattack. Don't know if it would do it with the reptite, but better to be safe. Oh, wait, did Chrono one-shot that guy with a crit? If so, dang. $372 XP. Frog levels up. Nice, nice. But yeah, looks like we have to go this way because it's the only head that's open. And I'm guessing those are prisoners we need to free. I mean, okay. Did we really just win that battle without the enemy attacking a single time? Or is that a switch? Yeah. Guys, wait, what? You're not gonna talk to us? Hello? What? So we just rescued prisoners and they don't say a word to us? Hold on. Oh god, and we can't open the cell? I hope there's probably like treasure chests in there that we missed out on by trying to talk to the guys. Yeah, it's silly me trying to like talk to the prisoners I free. Why would I ever do that? Why would you ever talk to NPCs in an RPG to get guidance or information? Like, why would your party ask questions to learn things about the problems they are facing? That's not how RPGs work at all. Sorry. I'm focusing too much on negative things, sorry. Maybe there are no treasure chests in there. If there are none, then at least we didn't miss out on anything. Thanks for being the main course. Okay. It's crazy how good the mache strategy actually works in this game. Like, am I just really over leveled? Like, do most people come through here at a much lower level, or is it just really normal to kill enemy parties with them maybe attacking once at most? Hey, are you going to talk to us if I let you out? Kino, get back. Ayla, save you. Okay, so she's able to get in. Wait, if she can climb over the gate like that, why can't he climb over it to get out? Dude, I don't understand. Wait, and she could just break out of the gate herself? I guess Kino's just really weak compared to Ayla? What? Okay. We also had a little switch right here we could just hit, but no. Thank you for showing us that you could just jump, like climb over the prison bars, and nobody bothered to do that, and then that Ayla can just break through the prison bars because I guess she's really strong and everyone else is weak compared to her. You strong, me weak. Ayla, good she. Oh, hi Kino. Thank you for opening this door that you magically knew how. How did you know to? Like, how did you know you could? How? I don't understand why anything in this game happens. Like, he's running out the building and he's just like, oh, hey, here's a door I know how to open because reasons. And I'm not going to say anything about it. Please don't ask any questions or try to understand anything that's happening. Oh my god, there's a lot of enemies. Oh, but okay. Well, that's fun. I wonder if maybe we'll run into those guys again because we dropped them to an area we'll go to. So yeah, it looks like there's two outside, what do they call these? Not bannerments, anyway, there's two, like, outside areas we can go through, and I don't know if it matters which one we take. It might be that they are two separate paths, and one takes us where we need to go, and the other is, like, to treasure. Or they might both take us to the same spot. Only one way to find out. Well, actually, there's two ways. We could look up a guide, but... Really? Why is that? So you made us fight one battle and then had another enemy show up? I wonder if maybe you can run past those first three rep types. But if you do, you come over here, the bird thing will attack you, and then that'll force you to fight the other three. Hey, I called it! We did wind up here and having to fight the guys we dropped in. Interesting. Wait, the enemy volcano attack actually hurt the rep type? That's funny. Okay. That's a lot of damage. Anyway, the last time we fought these pterosaurs, they were actually a lot tankier. Wait, is it counterattacking every attack, or is it just attacking really quickly? I'm not sure. We'll find out. Okay, yeah, it does seem to counterattack every attack. So let's have Ayla be our only attacker because she has, I believe she has a ruby vest, so she takes half damage. I don't remember these things counterattacking every attack like this, though. Honestly, I should just run away, but I already killed two enemies, and we've done a lot of damage to this one, so... Oh, maybe this isn't the same enemy we fought before. Maybe the enemy I'm thinking of looked like this one, but is actually a different one. Okay, so it also has an attack that knocks you to 1 HP? Good to know. Okay, let's try running away to see if it'll let us. Nope, we can't, so... Yeah, I'm guessing this enemy is not the same one we fought before, just looks the same. Also, I'm guessing the idea is we're supposed to use, like, thunder magic on him to stun him. I do wish I had the sight scope equipped so I knew how much HP this thing had. That is some really impressive damage for a random encounter. And it's probably a scripted encounter, but still. Point stands. I don't want to heal or use too many healing items because of that attack that drops you to 1 HP regardless. I wonder if this means we should equip other people with the ruby vest. Ah. Hit left instead of right. Oh, it sucks is there's a pretty good chance that we didn't even need to fight this enemy. That if we had done things differently, we could have avoided the encounter. Oh yeah. Hopefully there just aren't many instances of this enemy because it's going to be really annoying if I have to do this a lot. It wouldn't be so bad if we could run away, but the game seems to like to be annoying with letting you run away from most battles, but every now and then forcing you to fight one. Oh my god, how much HP does this guy have? Let me run away, please! Yeah, I'm definitely going to equip Ruby Vest on one more character. Just so if we fight at this guy again, we don't have to be so slow in how we deal with it. Oh my god. Seriously, how much HP does this thing have? Okay. 600 experience. At least we got a good chunk of XP for it, but still, like, why, man? Okay, wait. Tonic. So, there are just holes that you can fall through everywhere, I guess? Oh wait, I didn't equip that, the Ruby Vest on Frog like I wanted to. Okay. Yes. These some fights are really easy, and then every once in a while you just get that fight where it's like, oh, there's a gimmick here, and that gimmick makes the fight surprisingly difficult. I mean, it makes it difficult for our challenge run. But yeah, I don't know. That just really. Wait a second. What is happening that I thought we were like falling through the floor or something? But we can't be falling through the floor because... What? Why are we like teleporting? This makes no sense to me. What's happening? We're not falling through the floor. Like maybe we're teleporting? I'm so confused as to what's supposed to be going on. It seems like some sort of weird teleportation system, but if so, I don't see any rhyme or reason to it. Well, so why would there just be random teleporters in this dungeon? I guess that's just a thing that exists in the Rectite dungeon is teleporters, because... What? You know what? I'm at the point of I just don't care. Genuinely. Unless someone tells me those items are super valuable, I do not want to deal with that again. That is just weird, and if it was at least thematic, like there was some sort of connection, I'd get it. At first, I thought like we were falling through the floor, like there were pit traps, like we've run into before, which, okay, I can deal with. You know, you fall through the pit, then you go back up the stairs and don't step in that spot again. But no, this seemed to be some sort of weird teleporter. And one, I couldn't figure out the rhyme or reason to it, or any rhyme or reason to it, but I'm sure there is if you know the past or something. But mostly, why are there teleporters in the Reptite Cave or castle? Oh god. And I bet I can't escape. Ah, no, wrong enemy. I want to attack a Reptite. Okay. Great. Nice. We killed one enemy. Kill another. Wait, I guess I didn't actually check if we could run from this battle. Maybe I should. Yeah, we can't. Okay. So, Ayla and Frog will be my attackers in this battle, and Chrono will be a heal bot. And since we'll have two attackers, it should go a lot faster than it did last time. Ah, no! Chrono is so fast that he acted before Ayla, and I didn't think that would happen, so... Oops. To be safe, yeah, I will have... Oh wait, no, we don't want to kill Ayla or Frog, though. Because of that attack that sets you to 1 HP. Decent crit. How much damage do you take, though? 60? That's not bad. Well, I'll use a regular tonic on Ayla. Okay, we need a mid tonic on Chrono. Oh wait, no. Still be low enough now that another fire breath would kill her. So we definitely need to heal. I called it. Okay. Alright, then we'll have Frog heal Ayla. So let's heal Chrono first, then Ayla. Well, the good news, I guess, is that we should get a lot of XP from this. Because I think it's going to be like 800 experience. Like crit. Okay, so Chrono needs to heal himself. We'll also need to heal Frog. I do wish I had a third Ruby Vest just for this one enemy. Yeah, we'll use a mid-tonic. Man, it acts so quickly, too. So it gets its regular attacks off very often. So yeah, we need to kill Frog. Wouldn't be so bad except for that attack that drops you to 1 HP. Honestly, when I say wouldn't be so bad, it honestly wouldn't be a problem at all other than being tedious. But the fact you can drop you to 1 HP means you can't just heal up a ton at... If not for that attack, I would just heal my character to full and then never have to worry about timing my heal. Right, here Ayla's going to take 2 hits. One from its regular turn, one from the counterattack. We'll use a regular tonic. Frog will hit. Oh, sweet, he died. Wait, only 620 XP? Isn't that almost as much XP as we got? But I think that was less XP than we got the last time we fought one of these, and there were more enemies this time. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. I don't know. Wait, you're kidding me, right? So we wound up in the prison where we had released those guys. What? Okay, that makes no sense though. Like, yeah, we flipped the switch to let the prisoners out. Then the next time we came through, we couldn't open the door with the switch. Now we come through, or we get dropped into the prison where we couldn't use the switch to get out. Maybe I shouldn't have flipped that. But we wind up in the prison where we couldn't open the door from the outside, but now we could open it from the inside because I am so confused. Alright. Is there something on the floor to indicate where we can and cannot walk? I think there's a portal right here. Yeah, but I was doing that based solely off memory. So one portal takes us to that spot, but I am so thoroughly confused right now. Well, I guess we just don't have to figure out that puzzle. We got out of it, which is all that really matters right now. I think it would have been better to hit the volcano first, because I think I remember the last time we hit the volcano. Or, I think I remember a previous time we hit the volcano and... I was going to say it hit the allied reptile, but I guess it just hit itself? That's not what I expected to happen. Oh, please let me run away from this fight. Please, God, I do not want to go through this. Oh my God, why do you make it sometimes we can run away and other times we can't? And right now it's only on the most annoying enemies that we can't run away. Yeah, whatever. Alright, don't think we need to heal yet. I'll take a big hit. Yeah, let's go ahead and heal Frog. He wasn't in death range, but this will give us a little bit of breathing space. They'll drop to like 105. 107, okay. But yeah, in general, I hate attacks like that just automatically drop you to 1 HP. I rarely see them used in a game where they are interesting. And on random encounters, I don't think it ever is. Because effectively can make it so an enemy is a non-spread at all. Deals like 5% of your health as damage. Except for one attack which just randomly all but one-shots you. Any sort of instant deaths or close to it type effects in games annoys me. Fortunately, it's not really difficult, it's just tedious. Okay. Now we need to heal Frog. Yeah, to be honest, so far this challenge run hasn't felt difficult at all. It's just felt like this, where not really dangerous, just tedious. That said, the Magus battle was actually really interesting. I felt like there was a lot of room to learn in that fight. And if I had to redo it, I think I would have been much better at it. So that was pretty cool. I mean, it was super tedious, but it was a cool idea. I just wish there was a visual indicator of some sort for when the debuff wore off. So you could tell when to attack him with Frog rather than just try to guess by time. Oh wait, I meant to wait for Chrono's turn to come up so he could be the one to heal Frog. Oh well. I do wonder how different this run would be if I just took half an hour to grind levels. And again, we are getting quite a bit of experience from this dungeon, so maybe it's best we don't. I just realized I never checked for stat. Now, why does it... Well, a power scarf is good, you know, extra damage, and it's +4, but if we give her a speed belt, her damage will go down, but her rate of acting will go way up. Of course, the downside to that is, against that one enemy that we just fought, that one enemy type, fast attacks don't really help. Also, okay. Please let me run. I bet I can't run. I hate you so much. Wait, does this hit the other guy for me? Hey, it did a little bit of damage. Yay! Not that it really matters, but still. Yay! Now, this is the one enemy type where increasing Ayla's speed at expense of her damage was probably not worth it. Well, she's still hurt for 94, so... Looks like her damage is still solid. Oh wait, no, that was a mistake. Frog's slow enough, I think he... No, he doesn't get 2-shot, cool. Never mind, it wasn't a mistake. Oh, 82 on the crit. So, Frog should be healed up? Yeah, so Frog can attack again. Chrono will need to be healed if he takes one more hit. But until then, he should be fine. And I think Ayla's okay to take one more hit, yeah. Those percent damage attacks are so annoying to me, and I think literally every game I've ever encountered them in. Oh, he's gotten 3 crits already this fight. That's cool. Wait, I wanted him to act real quick. I noticed he was standing with his head up in the air. I was curious if maybe that indicated something, but it doesn't seem to. Well, maybe it just means that he's going to use the fire breath attack for his next action. I don't know. But like sometimes his head's up in the air like that, other times it's not, and I'm not sure if it means anything. That attack is so annoying! I still have no idea how much HP this guy actually has. If I knew I would fight another one, I would actually go ahead and equip the sight scope on Chrono, since he's not attacking anyway. But I don't actually know that I will fight anymore, so I don't want to start changing equipment around and run into a boss. Actually, there's probably going to be a save point before a boss, so I should be fine. You know, there's another switch on the right, but I'm afraid that flipping it might trigger more enemies, and I don't want to fight another one of those stupid things. I say, oh my god, this fight really does respawn. I wonder if maybe I could have passed toward the top of the screen and avoided the fight. Oh my god, this is such annoying dungeon design. Like, we spent most of the game able to run away from most fights, and then suddenly this dungeon just makes it so we can't run away from nearly any of them. And then naturally, we can't run away from the fights with the most annoying enemies that we face. Oh well. I knew what I was getting myself into when I started the run, so... Yeah, seriously, if you didn't have that attack that dropped people to 1 health automatically, it would be so much easier. Because all I would do is like heal everyone up to 400 health and spam attacks, and like when their health dropped below, I hate you. His attack went off at just the right time to deal 1 point, or to knock Frog to 1, right before Frog attacked. That's not even skillful. That's just like really bad timing. Whatever. Yeah, I think this is the second enemy we faced in this game that can automatically set someone's health to 1. By the way, one option for fighting a guy like this is to equip the Rage Band. The idea being, when you counterattack an enemy attack, that cannot, as far as I've seen, trigger an additional counterattack. So, we could equip the Rage Band on, like, Ayla. And then anytime the enemy targets her with an attack, she might get a free attack in with no counter. That might be better than the Speed Scarf I gave her. That said, against any enemy we're going to come across except for this one specific one, the Speed Scarf would be better, so... Oh my god! How did he get a turn exactly then to knock Frog to 1 health so he would die to the counter attack? Like... I mean, I have to assume the reason this fight is like this is to just be really annoying if you don't use Thunder Magic to stun the enemy. And so I get most people would probably never run into these issues. But just in terms of how to make an enemy annoying enough to, if you don't exploit its weakness, this is not it, man. This is not it at all. And I'm so paranoid now about it using that attack that drops someone to 1 HP. And then, like, doing it at the exact right time that our attack is queued up and we trigger a counterattack and die off it. See, if he had attacked Ayla there with that counter, or with the attack that puts you to 1, she would have just died. Well, no, she wouldn't because he died, but... Like, the timing-wise, that's how he can just one-shot a character, effectively. Not even the one right before they attack, and so the... Oh my god, I hate you so much. Can I run away from this battle? No, of course not. Right, I should be hitting the volcano first. Since it apparently hits all of its allies when you do. Oh, okay, I get what it is. It looks like the idea behind the volcanoes is if somebody hits a volcano, their counterattack will hit the enemies of whoever hit them. Kinda cool. I like that. That's a neat enemy design. The game does have some really cool enemy designs like that. Also, why was that fight worth more experience than fights with that big dinosaur we fought? I hate. I am so tired of random encounters right now. Just let me avoid them, please. Like, so much of the game I could avoid enemy encounters, and then if I failed to dodge them, I could still just flee. Why can't I hear? Where I would want it the most. Oh, but we have to have this, okay. No! I panicked, fled, and now I have to fight these guys again. No, I saw that giant dinosaur and was like, oh god, gotta leave. And... okay. Can I run around the dinosaur and get to the save point is what I want to know. Well, to be safe, I'm gonna use tonics to heal up a bit. I'm hoping we can get to the save point, use a shelter, and then save before fighting the boss. Wait, is this gonna be a boss? We've already fought him once before, so... Wait, really? What? We were able to just walk past him like that? Azalea's in the back. Wait. So we can't avoid the ambushes outside, as far as I can tell. And once we get into fights with them, we can't run from them. But here we just have a guy who we know is hostile, who's just like, yeah, I'm gonna let you walk past me. Wait. Hold it. This is a special place. The Great Nizbel. Wait, is it Nizbel or Nizbet? Nizbel. No, wait, he lets us walk by, but... I'm so confused. Why did he let us walk by only to immediately... This is so dumb. Okay, so his defense goes up as he gets hit. I see. Oh god. I assume we're supposed to use thunder magic to weaken him again. But if that's the case, we don't have any. So, I'm just gonna be hitting him for like less than 10 damage. But yeah, I have just realized I've been calling the boss we fought before Nizbet, but apparently it is Nizbel. Okay. Well, I was not ready for another super grindy boss, and we had to burn a lot of healing items on our way up here. I wonder if we can actually beat this guy. I mean, 18 damage on a crit's not horrible, I guess, for a grindy fight. Okay, we do want to kill Frog. I mean, I have 61 mid-tonics. That is quite a bit. I guess it mostly comes down to how much health the boss has. Looks like he has, oh dear god, 6,500. So, right. And we did do a couple hundred damage before he raised his defenses at all. So, I think we did like, wait, did we do like 250 damage with our first attack and 150 on the second or something like that? If so, we did like 400 damage before it got its defense really high. But let's say 500 damage, round number. 6,000 health would be left. At 6,000 health, this would definitely take forever. I mean, well, let's see. Let's try to get a rough idea of how much damage we're dealing on average. 4, 6, so that's 10 damage over 2 attacks, 14 over 3, or 24 over 3. There's a lot of variance between crits and the normal damage variance, so we're going to need a healthy sample. 42 over 4 attacks. 57 over 5. 71 over 6. But I mean, that was quite a few crits, so I don't want to put too much stock in this. Yeah, 72 over 7. 79 over 8. 85 over 9. 92 over 100. Or 112 over 11. I said over 100 when I meant 10. 114. 132 over 13. So yeah, because of crits, it does look like we deal about 10 points of damage per attack. Which means if we did 500 damage before his defense got sky high, he would have 6,000 left, meaning we need 600 attack. that might be doable. I'm not sure. But yeah, it definitely seems to vary a lot with how many crits we get and how many of those crits are high rolls on the damage variance. Not gonna lie, I'm super tempted to go grind some random encounters. The main thing is he deals decent damage, and he acts quickly. The first Nizbel we fought acted, I think he acted slower, and he definitely did less damage. So it wasn't as bad when we had to grind. Granted, I think we had to attack. Oh god, we had to attack the last Nizbel like 420 times. And I remember how long that took us. Yeah. I do think our best bet is going to be to just go grind some levels. And you know what? I think we can grind levels pretty efficiently just outside of where this battle is. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's see, we need what? 3,000-ish experience on Chrono and Ayla, but only 100 on Frog. Oh, Frog also could have a much better helmet equipped. Wait, is Gold Helm my best? Yeah, because I didn't bother to get the Ruby Helms or Rock Helms from the Crafter. I think that is the best helm we can get for now. Or we can give Frog for now. It's so dumb that he lets us run past him like that. Okay. At least we have an easy fight right here to grind. If I remember right, it gives like 600 experience. Anyway, I do think I'm gonna put off this boss until the next recording session. Yeah, 570. Oh, and we get mid-tonics as well, so we get to stock up on our items. So we have 62 mid-tonics. 4 battles, I believe, for Ayla and Chrono to level up. It might be 5, I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, and if we get a mid-tonic every time, this will be a very efficient grind spot. Probably the most efficient grind spot we've had all game. So, at least that's something. Anyway, one sec, let's check XP. Yeah, I think they'll level up after just 3 more battles. Anyway, I do think this is the most efficient grind spot we've had all games, so I don't mind taking time to finally grind if it's going to be this easy and this efficient. The fact that we beat this battle without taking damage and in only 3 attacks, oh wait, maybe 4 attacks, is really cool. Wait, did that say 570? I thought before it said 560. Wonder if I misread how much XP I'm getting by 10 points. But anyway, it's really fast to refight them, so that's helpful. We don't have to run far off screen. Yeah, I've always assumed I'd have to grind, and so yeah, the rest of this video is just going to be me grinding a couple more levels. So it is 570, not 560 experience. I'm not sure how many levels I'm going to grind this way. Right now I've been playing for about 2 hours, 45 minutes. So what I'm thinking is I'll do about 15 minutes of grinding. When my timer on OBS gets to about 3 hours, I'll stop. And then in my next session, we should be fine to kill Nizbel. Man, I like the name Nizbet more than Nizbel. I kept calling him Nizbet, and now that's all I want to call him. Oh, I was close. Ayla leveled up in the number of battles I said, but Chrono needed one more. So we need 3 battles for Frog. Ayla needs what? Is that 8 or 7? Not sure. Yeah, Ayla needs us to do this 8 times, and then we'll level her up again. Ooh, unfortunate crit. We don't want to crit when we hit the volcanoes, because if they die, and before they counterattack, they don't use that volcano attack to weaken the Reptile. Not that it's gonna matter much, it would just mean the difference of like 1 more attack. Okay. Well, neither volcano got to counter, so we're gonna need like, I think 3 hits to kill this guy. Yep. I wonder what the most efficient grind spot in this game winds up being, like, right in the game. I'm also curious just how many times we've already fought this battle, and like how fast you can fight it. Because it's definitely faster than 1 per minute. I guess I could look at my timer real quick. Let's see. So it was about 10 seconds on my clock when I started this. Oh wow, she one-shot the Reptile? That's hilarious. Okay. I know it's because she crit, but okay. So 10 seconds after the minute when we started the battle. It's now 40 seconds, so it's 30 seconds or so to do the battle. 45 on the clock, so yeah, it looks like, wow, okay. Maybe I should keep attacking the Reptile first. But yeah, it looks like it's about 35 to 40 seconds per fight. So I guess that will depend on exactly how many actions it takes to kill him and how quick I am with the movement. But it does mean you can probably do about 3 battles every 2 minutes. Which means what? Like, 3 battles every 2 minutes, 570 per battle is 1,510. Yeah. 1,005. No, that can't be right. Oh, 1,710 experience every 2 minutes, or in other words, about 855 experience every minute. That's pretty efficient grinding, if you ask me. Okay. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the rest of the video. I am curious how high a level we'll get from doing it. I guess if your stats get high enough, you one-shot the volcanoes, the fight would actually be a little bit faster. But as it stands, we're only taking 3 attacks per cycle, which is pretty good. The reason it would be faster is if you could one-shot everything, then the volcanoes wouldn't get their counterattack. And so you wouldn't have to sit through that extra animation, which is only a couple of seconds, but... I wonder how much time the average person spends grinding when they play Chrono Trigger. My instinct in RPGs is to not grind at all if I can avoid it. So I always feel weird doing this. But then I see other people will often grind, like, they'll say, like, oh yeah, I grinded a couple hours for stuff. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. Anyway, a small part of me wants to fight Nizbel again just to see how much of a difference any of this actually makes. Like, does a 15-minute grind session actually increase your damage against Nizbel 2, Nizbel 2, by a meaningful amount? I bet it does. And it should certainly make the surviving against him much easier. Both because you'll have larger HP pools and because I believe leveling up does increase your defense so you take less damage. You know what? Maybe we should do it. It's not like I have anything else going on right now. I could just end the stream with me trying to beat him again. But the last time, I think it took me like 45 minutes, and it's just, do I have the energy to grind out a 45-minute boss battle? Ooh, that's actually gives me another thought. Because Nizbel's defense goes up when you hit him, their first couple attacks hit harder than any others. Maybe we should consider not just spam attacking, but like put some thought into who we want to hit Nizbel before his defense goes up. It's like if one of my characters deals way more damage on average than the others, and I think Ayla might, then it might be best to just have her attacks 3 times while the others wait. And then because I think 3 attacks is all it takes for Nizbel's defense to max out. Once his defense is maxed out, then everyone else can start attacking. Not gonna lie, it feels like I've been doing this forever, but according to the clock, it's been, I think, just coming up on about 10 minutes. I think we're at 9 minutes since I started watching the timer. And I did kind of do a few battles before, so... You know, actually, that reminds me. I had, what? I had about 60, 62 mid-tonics when I started doing this. We're now up to like 81. So that means we've done about 20 battles. Which means we've gained about 34,000 XP. Ayla levels up again. Alright, so I look at the clock, I want to do this about 4 more minutes. I had Ayla attack the volcano instead of Chrono like I had been before. Which I think is why, or maybe why the Reptite survived. Previously, Chrono had been the one hitting the volcano and Ayla was hitting the Reptite. That seemed to let me clear the battles in 3 attacks, so... My bad. But yeah, the fact we're getting a mid-tonic for each time we do this is insane. That's okay. I'm kind of happy. The dungeon was annoying me with all these ambushes and forced battles that we couldn't run away from. But I have now turned it against the game. You annoyed me, but in doing so, you would let me find a tool to turbo power myself. Looks like I want to do this about 3 more minutes. You know, maybe I should update my stream title if I am going to fight Nizbel. I don't think so. No. The reason I say is last time I fought a Nizbel, I titled it something like, "Can I beat the invincible dinosaur?" Whatever. I don't know. I targeted that incorrectly. It'd be a fun callback, but I don't think I need to. It is interesting that the volcano only attacks a single target on its own turn, but its counterattack is an AoE. Oh wait, Ayla didn't one-shot it. Oh, it killed itself, so that's fun. Yeah, that was a slow battle, but it's alright. Yeah, I guess from here on, I can't talk too much about fights being easy, because I will have grinded quite a few levels. Then again, I mean, if 15 minutes of grinding makes the game significantly easier for, like, not just a short while, I think that says a lot about the game's difficulty in general. Alright, I think we want to do this 2 more times and then we'll go save. Alright. Okay, that's 1 more time. And I believe this battle will bring us up to 15 minutes of intentional grinding. Like, focused grinding. Okay. Cool. Let's see what our levels are like now. So 2 more battles to get Ayla to level 30. You know what? That's a nice round number. I'm gonna do it. So yeah, this will be a bit more than 15 minutes of grinding, but I'm pretty sure it'll be less than 20 minutes of grinding, and I'm fine with that. But now, I do think we'll save Nizbel the second for the next session, but I might go ahead and just start the fight to get an idea of what kind of damage numbers we're looking at. I really do like the design of these volcano enemies. The fact both sides of the battle can use them to try to get an AoE hit on the other side is pretty cool. Ayla leveled up. But yeah. So, based on the mid-tonic count, I think we did about 30 battles to grind there. And as far as grind sessions go, I think that's pretty low for what most players do, like when they're focused on grinding in the game. So I think it's a reasonable amount. Not gonna lie, I'm tempted to do 2 more battles just to level Chrono, but for now, let's just see how much damage we're dealing. I want Ayla to attack first, because I think she's our highest damage dealer right now. Wow, 470 damage. I mean, granted it was a crit, but... Okay, so he's still dealing decent damage to our party. 155. That's like 600 damage. Okay. So we can get almost 700 damage before his defense taps out. Well, at least with a crit on the first hit. Yeah, so now his defense is tapped out. 7, 16, 11. Ooh. So single target attack is hitting for just under 70 on Ayla, probably a little bit more on Frog. But we're hitting for 16 on some of our regular attacks, 14 on the crit. There's kind of whatever. So some of our attacks are still dealing pretty paltry damage. 28 on a crit there? That was big damage. $18, 17. Okay. So yeah, I could be imagining it, but I do think our damage went up quite a bit from that bit grind session. So that should help quite a bit, if I'm right. That said, I'm not going to finish out this battle today. It would take too long. And I think it's going to be an interesting starting point for the next session. So that was 8 damage on a crit from Ayla, so I think that means she can still roll as low as 4 damage. Right now, I'm just trying to get a rough idea of how much damage we're dealing on average. Well, so far, I think the lowest I've seen is 6 damage. I don't know if anyone can roll below that. I know before we did that little grind session, we definitely couldn't get, or we definitely could roll as low as 6 damage. Oh, okay, yeah. So we are still sometimes rolling 1 damage. Just seemingly not very often. Okay. Okay. I think that's going to be it for this stream. Yes, Chrono rolled 4 there. So we do still 2. Yep, 1, 2, 4. The really low values are definitely possible still, but they seem to be less frequent than they were before. And we definitely seem to get some bigger values on some of our higher rolls. So I think this should be a pretty manageable battle. I think we're actually averaging over 10 damage per attack right now. But, okay. Just checking. There's 8, 6. I wish I had been actually keeping track of how much damage we're dealing so I could get a good idea of our average, but it's not important. We'll worry about it more tomorrow. So with that, I am going to go ahead and stop for the day. Thank you to anyone who stopped by. I'm actually really glad I decided to play Chrono Trigger today. With the way I was feeling throughout the day, I thought I would take the day off, but forcing myself to work through the just general, whatever you want to call it. I was sick. I don't want to go into details. But forcing myself to go through the fatigue of it and actually start streaming, within an hour, hour and a half into the stream, I felt way better. So glad I did it. Anyway, with that said, thanks to anyone who stopped by, anyone who watches the VOD or sees this on YouTube after the fact. Hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you when I see you.